What would dating feel like if you approached it with curiosity rather than fear? Not performance, not vigilance, simply genuine interest in another person, in what unfolds in yourself as you meet them. This practice is an exploration of exactly that. So find a comfortable position and let your body settle. Close your eyes and take one slow breath in and a long breath out. In again and out. Releasing any hurrying, any bracing, anything that doesn't need to be carried into this practice. Notice your body. Notice your breath. The simple act of being here. There's two ways of approaching dating. When we're approaching dating from a place of fear, something very specific happens in the body and the mind. The nervous system is on alert. We scan for signs of danger. Am I being rejected? Am I enough? Are they interested? We evaluate rather than experience. We perform a version of ourselves rather than simply being ourselves. We brace for disappointment even before it has arrived. This isn't weakness. It's a completely understandable response to an experience that has perhaps hurt us before. The nervous system is trying to protect us. But that protection comes at a cost. It takes us out of the present moment and into a future we haven't yet lived, scanning for threats that may not be there. Curiosity is the opposite orientation. It says, I don't know what is about to happen, and I'm interested to find out. It is open rather than contracted. It asks questions rather than reaching for answers. It is present with what is actually here, rather than vigilant about what might go wrong. In my Dating Mindfully book, curiosity is one of the first of the 4 essential qualities, because without it, the other 3 cannot easily follow. You cannot offer genuine compassion to someone you are too busy evaluating. You cannot connect with someone you are too busy performing for. So let's explore what curiosity feels like, beginning with yourself. We'll start with fear. Not to dwell in it, but to locate it honestly. Because we can only move from something when we know where it is. Let's begin with the chest. When you think about an upcoming date or the uncertainty of the dating process, notice what happens here. Does the chest tighten? Does the breath shorten? Let's observe. The stomach. Does it contract? Does a low-level vigilance settle here when dating is on your mind? The jaw and shoulders. Notice if there's a holding, a bracing. The body preparing for something difficult before it's even happened. The hands. Notice if they've curled slightly, or if they're held rather open. This is the fear in the body, not a flaw, not a failing. Simply what happens when we care about something and we aren't sure how it will unfold. Let's acknowledge it with kindness. I see you. You are trying to keep me safe. Now let's use breath to shift. Not to force fear away, simply to create a little more space alongside it. Breathe in slowly through the nose. And as you breathe in, see if the chest can expand very slightly. A little more room. And breathe out. Long and easy, releasing a little of the contracted vigilance on the out-breath. In again, expanding, creating space. And out, softening the holding. Continue at your own pace. With each in-breath, a little more opening. With each out-breath, a little less bracing. Notice the quality of this moment. The body a little less held. The breath a little more free. I'd like to invite you now to bring to mind the quality of curiosity itself. Not as a strategy, simply as a way of being. Think of a moment in your life when you were genuinely curious about something. When you were absorbed in discovering, exploring, finding out. Notice what it feels like in your body. There is a quality of openness, of leaning forward very slightly, of being interested rather than defended. What would it feel like to bring that quality to a first date? Not performing curiosity, genuinely being curious. Interested in who this person actually is, rather than evaluating whether they are right for you. Present with what is actually happening between you, rather than monitoring how you are coming across. And what would it feel like to be genuinely curious about yourself in the dating experience? About your own patterns, your own responses, your own edges. Not judging them, simply noticing them with interest. It is difficult for curiosity to coexist with performance. When you are genuinely curious, you are present. And presence is the only place where real connection can happen. As we close, I'd like to invite you to set a simple intention. Not a goal, not a performance, simply a quality you'd like to carry into your next dating experience. Perhaps it's, I will be more interested than impressive. Or, I will notice what is actually here rather than scanning for what might go wrong. Or simply, I will be curious. Hold that intention lightly, not as a pressure. Perhaps it's a quiet possibility. Take one final breath in and release. Carry curiosity with you today into whatever comes, not as an achievement to reach for, but as a quality already available to you whenever you remember to choose it. Thank you for being here with me today. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.